Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here then welcome. I'm so glad to have you. So as you can see, today we are sort of redecorating one of the houses in Britechester. I was thinking it would actually be kind of fun for me to go through and redecorate, remodel, whatever you want to call it, a bunch of the houses that are either base game or just from packs that I like to play. And it's maybe controversial, I don't know, but I do like the University pack a lot, and I play in this neighborhood quite often, so I thought it would be fun to remodel this house. And if you noticed also, my sim self and my husband's sim self are at the front of the lot because when I play with the sims of ourselves, I always start out in this neighborhood, specifically on this lot, just because I think it's fun and cute, and it's an easy lot for me to sort of turn into something that we would actually live in aesthetic wise. So that's why we're here. And if you just heard a chirp behind me, that's because my baby just woke up from his nap. I was trying to be quiet and whisper, but I woke him up anyway. That's okay. He's chilling for now. Yeah, and a lot of the aesthetic choices that I made in this house are based off of the place that we live in now. So if you think the kitchen is super gaudy, it is, but that's what my kitchen looks like now. The walls aren't yellow, as fun as that would be. They're landlord white, but the floor is definitely that orange yellow color. Our linoleum is very, very 70s, and it's like yellow, orange, and brown. I love it personally. I think it's very cute, but it is also very ostentatious, I guess. And I went with white cabinets in this kitchen, even though the cabinets I have in my kitchen are dark brown, just because I felt like I wanted the room to be a little bit brighter. It's such a small kitchen, and I felt like dark cabinets would have really made the space feel even smaller. And so, yeah, I went with the white just to sort of make the space feel a little bit bigger, I guess, because I don't know, white does that sometimes. It's sort of an optical illusion. And yes, I did struggle with the layout a little bit. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to put where, but I did end up keeping the fridge in that corner. You'll see me fiddling around with it. And really, Percy, you have anything else to add? He's just staring at me. And yeah, if you've been sick of me doing build videos with voiceovers, I'm sorry. I'm wanting to get back into Let's Plays, but if you can't tell, I'm often very distracted, and doing Let's Plays is very difficult when I don't have somebody to watch my baby, because he can't exactly do Let's Plays with me, and so it's easy for me to do these sort of like building and decorating videos and then do a voiceover later, just so that I have something to post and share with you guys, and also I can do them while I have free moments in between taking care of the little guy. I am hoping this week that when my husband is off work for his days off, I'll be able to record some more in my Total Drama save, because I really want to get back into that save. And I am excited because when I do get back into it, I'm going to be in the household with Heather, Beth, and Lindsay, and I know that that's going to be so fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I was also thinking that I might start posting every other week rather than weekly, just because it is easier for me, frankly. And, you know, at this point, this channel is just sort of like a hobby for me, as much as I would love to dedicate the amount of time to it that I could if I had, like, you know, no other obligations and I could make this my job. That would be amazing, but I can't. And so I do think every other week might be a little bit more feasible. So I'm going to post this on the 7th. And then I don't know that you guys are going to see me until the 21st. But, you know, we'll see. Obviously, if you see me before, then that's great too. But I am just kind of trying to, like, play it by ear almost, because, like, you know, I want to have a more strict upload schedule. I want to upload every week. I want to have, like, dedicated videos for you guys each week, but, like, I've already had to readjust my schedule where I was posting on Saturdays and now I'm posting on Mondays, or I'm trying to, and now it feels like every time I try to post on a Monday, I end up posting on, like, either late on Monday or, like, Tuesday or even Wednesday sometimes, and that's just is not, I don't know, not appealing to me. I don't like that. I would rather post on the same day, even if it's not every week. If it's every other week and still on Mondays, then, that works great for me. I don't know why it makes a difference to me, but it does. I don't know, it just feels better on my brain that way, I guess. And also, I mean, realistically, every other week, I'll be able to actually hold myself to posting every Monday, every other week, if that makes sense, just because, I'll have more time to actually record and edit, and now I sound like I'm making a bunch of excuses. I am not. I know I can do whatever I want. It's my channel. And yeah, I just want to let you guys know that I think that's the plan for the moment. So back to the build. That yellow cabinet is something that I knew I needed to place. I almost put it in the kitchen, but it blended in too much with the walls, so I put it in the living room. And that honestly makes more sense to me because I have a yellow cabinet like that in my living room. It's a very similar color to that, and it's right by my front door. That's sort of where we just drop everything when we first come inside. And I created a little play space for my baby because his space is also in the kitchen, kind of by the door, or the living room, kind of by the door. Sorry, he is so distracting right now. He's just so cute, and he is being such a little angel and not asking too much of me so that I can keep talking to you guys. And I wasn't sure exactly how I wanted to do the orientation of this room as far as where I wanted the couch to go. But in previous times that I've built in this house, I've put the TV in that corner by the stairs, and it really feels like a very efficient use of space, because if I do that, then I feel like I kind of have the rest of the living room to play with and place things, and so I just did that again, and then I had this whole back wall to kind of turn into a library reading area situation, and all of the furniture pieces are based off of things that I have, but the layout is very different because this room is very square and my house is very much a rectangle, so I did what I could to mimic that. But the bookcases and the little coffee table, and I have a blue chair that is shaped very similar to that one. So the vibe, is similar. And I obviously wanted to go through and place some clutter because I wanted the house to look lived in. I love clutter so much. I know it adds to the value of these houses, and so then when I upload them, they look more expensive than they should be, and it's because I placed a ton of tiny items. And yeah, I wanted to decorate the walls a little bit because it did feel kind of empty, just a little bit naked. And again, I wanted to make it actually feel kind of lived in. And we don't really have a ton of stuff on our walls, but enough because we've lived here for a while. And I added some posters over here in this corner because ideally I would like to have some educational posters and maps up in the area where my baby plays. I don't have that sort of setup now because he's still so tiny, but that is the goal for the future. And yeah, I wanted to add a little bit more clutter by the door, so I just put one of those key rack things and then the bulletin board. And as far as the light fixtures go, I know that these are also kind of crazy. I put a crazy one in the kitchen and I did a crazy one in the living room, and the ones upstairs are also a little bit nuts, but I don't know, I didn't want this build to be so simple, I guess. I wanted it to be sort of exciting personality wise, just to give it some flavor. This house is so bare bones. I mean all of them are, but this one specifically, the shape of the house doesn't really have a whole lot of character. It's very basic, here's a house, the rooms are all very square, and the walls are very right angles, and so I just wanted to add some character where I could, so with the tile and the light fixtures and stuff like that. In the bathroom, I did my classic separate tub and shower situation with that open shower from university. It is literally my favorite shower. I feel like I use it in every single build. It's either that one or the shower from Island Living. Those are my two favorite showers. I don't know, they're so versatile compared to some of the others, because so many of the showers, you have to put them in a specific corner of the room, and it like locks you in. Like, you have to have that layout, because if you don't, then all of a sudden the like wall of the shower is facing the middle of the room, and that looks stupid. So I don't know, I like the ones that are a little bit more open. And this bathroom was feeling very gray, and so I was trying to add pops of color with green. So like the sink is green, and I have this green cabinet here, green mats on the floor, just to give it a little bit more something something, because otherwise it was just going to be like a plain gray bathroom, and that wasn't really the vibe. Like I said, I wanted character, and so I needed to add a little bit of flair. And our bathroom, all of the fixtures and everything are like kind of bottle green, so it's a lot darker than the green that I used here, because this is more minty. But honestly, the greens are kind of limited in this game. Even with all of the packs that I have, it very much is like, you want light green or you want mint green, and the dark greens are not very plentiful, and the ones that we have I don't really enjoy, so we went with this sort of minty color instead. I almost put a green light in here, but again, the struggle between matching the shades of green, I didn't want to deal with all of that, and so I ended up going just with some like plain like silver and white lights instead. And because this is a house where my Simsona, my husband's Simsona, would live, I ended up putting a little exercise machine and a stereo, because those are things that my husband needs to have in spaces where he lives. And then I added a computer desk, because that is something I need in a space where I live. And I tried to pick a stereo that kind of looks like the one that we have, and same with the desk and the chair there. I'm really excited about the Life and Death pack. I haven't played with it much, but all of the items that I've used to build with, I love so much. Like, that chair looks exactly like the chair that I have. I'm obsessed. And I put the little lamb rug because I have a little rug. It's not a lamb, it's a little white rabbit, and it was a gift from my best friend. He gave it to me because I have a little white rabbit, Cameron, and so now I have a little white rabbit rug to go with my little white rabbit. But we don't have a rabbit rug, we've got a lamb rug. It's kind of the same vibe. There you go. The bedroom, I ended up doing green, kind of to match the bathroom, but also because like green and brown is definitely the color scheme that we would have if we weren't renting. So I wanted to do that. It just idealized version of what our bedroom could look like. Very cozy. And I have a little corner for our baby. Obviously, he needs a place to sleep as well. And I finally used this basket type light. I think I've used it like maybe once or twice before, but really not that many times. It doesn't really match the aesthetic of most things that I build, but it's a very nice shade of brown, so there you go. And I put a quilt up on the wall just to fill in the space so it wasn't so empty, and then I called it good. So here are some screenshots of everything so that you can take it all in, all of the angles and such. I did really enjoy building the kitchen a lot. It was honestly probably the room I had the most fun with. Everything else is fine, you know, I like it, but the kitchen was just very special to me. And I will upload this on the gallery so that y'all can download it if you would like, and I'm going to do the same with the other remodels that I do. So yeah, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, give me a like if you liked it, feel free to follow me on my Instagram if you so choose, subscribe to me here, subscribe to me on my essay channel, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!